This diffuser slows down the speed of the dryer, spreads it out, so we dry a wider area of the hair at a slightly slower pace, but overall it doesn't take any longer, but it's much more gentle and helps us keep more of the natural body in the hair rather than blasting the hair out. What it also does, it allows us to control the speed at which it dries off, and we can feel that it's not becoming too dry, because we want the hair to be drying evenly, ready for the brushwork. I will gently lift the hair and use the diffuser to take out, probably on this hair, about 80% of the moisture before we start the brushwork. You'll get to know how much moisture you need left in your own hair to get the style that you want. But what would be useful is just to talk about how to take a few sections and how to work neatly on the most important parts. If we look at the hairline here, the most important part of any blow dry is how the hair leaves the face here. Whether you're choosing something that's very smooth and natural around the face, or with lots of lift and full, how each hair leaves the face and how each section blends in is really important to making it look like a natural, believable hairstyle. We don't want to have sections that are, very extreme distorted set, where one piece is very lifted, the next piece is very flat, hair gets screwed up around here. It's important that that's very, very clean in how that is lifted at the roots. And that takes clever sectioning. So I'll just go through a couple of sections here. The hairline's very irregular. It's very uneven. We have a widow's peak at the front here, and then the hairline comes back, and for a lot of people their hair's quite fine around here, and then it comes forward to another peak here, and then comes back and down and then back up. During those areas here, there are all different thicknesses. The hair's generally at its most thickest here at this point, and then it goes finer. Then it may be slightly thicker, more forward again here, and perhaps finer underneath. Balancing those out in how it's blow dried to make sure the hair blends well and looks natural comes down to the sectioning pattern that we use with the brush. Sometimes people wear themselves out doing this part of their hair and then rush the most important part here. Whatever time you have, you should really give the most attention to this being done properly. The tips of the hair, the top layer, and if you have time and enjoy blow drying your hair, then you can spend a lot of time working on the underneath if you choose to. I would always take a section with a line going slightly up. These two sections here will blend together better. If you don't get the join perfectly, the section above will cover that line. You won't look directly straight through it. The next important thing is that the hair is lifted high. If you try and blow dry down here, you won't get any control of the roots. And so whatever the roots are doing naturally, that's how they'll end up, or they may even be more distorted if your dryer over dries them. So lifting the hair high means that the brush starts with control at the roots. If we don't want very much lift, we come out and bring it down. And if we do want to keep the lift, we keep it up and put the bend in at the roots. Angled slightly up, we lift the hair high. Notice there are quite a few short hairs here, which you need to be careful not to distort. That section just brings in the very short hairs there and ties them in to the rest. So you see how the hair leaves the scalp. We've done this with lift to show lift on the hairline, but all of the hairs actually blend in. Then we're going to show you the front section here. If people want to have lift here, it's really important that the bend starts at the root. If the roots are straight and the bend starts up here, it will fall and separate very quickly. What will keep it up higher for longer is a bend at the root. And to get that, we shouldn't hold the hair too far forward. If the hair's too far forward, the back of the section gets flattened and becomes straight. If the hair is held too far back, the front of the section is straightened. So it has to be held at a tangent to the curvature of the head there. And if you see the side of the section as a triangle, that's as a tangent to the curve. So that's a way to get some body into Megan's quite fine and straight hair if she wanted to have a softer, looser look.